Let's get real. For 2 straight weeks or so, the UK media has been obsessing over the so called Sentebale scandal. Articles, opinion pieces, Sky News interviews. And let's not forget that now infamous Daily Mail headline. But as usual, the cameras are pointed in the wrong direction. This entire controversy, driven by Sophie Chandauka's campaign to reframe the narrative around Prince Harry, is not the story. The real story? The silence. The stunning strategic silence around another royal scandal that dwarfs this one in scope, harm, and hypocrisy. I'm talking about Prince William and King Charles III making hundreds of millions of pounds off the backs of struggling tenants, the NHS, and even school children through their private duchies, Cornwall and Lancaster. You see, this news came up a few months ago, and you have to go looking for it. There wasn't this hysteria. No, very little was actually said. All of these royal reporters, the Tominys of the world and the Beckys of the world and the Richards of the world and all the others, somehow didn't write these big opinion pieces, didn't go on Good Morning Britain or some other show and expose the king-to-be and the king. Of course not. Total silence. However, this Sophie shows up, makes accusations that if you were to connect the dots, doesn't make much sense, is hooking up with an associate of Prince William, appointed this person to the board of directors in less than 24 hours, but no one thinks that's suspicious. Not at all. Let's connect the dots. Welcome. This is Majesty Sussex Report, and I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us. Sentebale was never just a charity to Prince Harry. It was his first act of purpose, co-founded in 2006 with Prince Siso of Lesotho, one of the country's hardest hit by the HIV epidemic. 19 years later, its mission has expanded, evolved, but until recently, one thing remained steady: Prince Harry's hands on commitment. This was his legacy. Now enters Sophie Chandauka, appointed chair of the board in 2023. Sophie claimed she wouldn't do press, and yet she has appeared on Sky News, the Financial Times, and our favorite, the Daily Failure, or the Daily Mail, sorry, given damning interviews that accuses Prince Harry of being the charity's number one risk. In her Sky interview, which I've watched twice, just because, I don't know, I like hurting myself that way, I guess. No, none of that. But I wanted to really understand where the problem is. Now, in that interview, here are some things that she said. She said, donors walked because of Harry. He bullied and harassed her. He disrupted a polo fundraiser by filming for Netflix. And he infantilized the organization. Now, let's pause for dramatic purposes. Take a deep breath. Okay? If this were about governance concern, wouldn't those be addressed internally? Why the tour? Why the public smearing? I mean, questions Trevor should have asked, but I'm going to ask them. I will ask. I'm not a journalist. I don't have an awards, or I don't have an MBE at QPE, a QQE, and NBC. I don't have any of those things. So I don't have shackles attached to me. I have freedom of speech. Knock on wood. Why bring in Iain Rawlinson, a man known to be closely associated with Prince William? Why bring him in? Just weeks ago, then present him as an authority, an authoritative voice with historical knowledge of the charity. He speaks as if he were there 19 years. He speaks as if he knows the ins and outs of the charity. This is a story about sabotage addressed. Let me rephrase that. It's a story about sabotage dressed, okay, masquerading as governance reform. But there is where it gets even darker. Why is someone so closely tied to Prince William suddenly embedded in Sentebale? A charity that has long been associated come on, with whom? Prince Harry. Thank you. What's Iain doing sitting next to Sophie, speaking as if he's been involved for years? Let's be honest here, okay? Let's drop the pretenses. Let's be honest. William and Harry are not on speaking terms. We can go back and forth. Why not? Because there's some crazy people who have these delusions as to why. And we have a 24/7 British media apparatus that keeps the public stupid. And that's not a word I use lightly. But Stupidity. Read any of the comment sections, whether it's on the interview on Sky News, and you see the stupidity. But then they export this stupidity because it's the British media that in the past, let's be frank, had a pretty good reputation for facts. So, what is Iain doing there? Speaking as if he's been involved for years. Now, William and Harry, their relationship, by all public accounts, is shattered. So when someone from William's inner orbit shows up at Harry's life work and Sophie starts changing the mission from youth and HIV support to climate resilience. Did I hear that correctly? Climate resilience. I can't even say it. And wealth. Okay. So HIV is not a problem anymore? I mean, I checked before coming on here and it's still a problem. Yes, I get it. I'm not stupid. I know their medications. I know that. But it's still a problem. We have to ask, did Sophie and William meet during Earthshot in South Africa? Just asking. I'm not implying anything. I'm asking a question. Because climate is William's brand. Well, one of them. I mean, he was going to. Oh, why get into it? You folks know. That's his thing, not Sentebales. So the timing, the messaging, the media coverage, it all feels, how can I put this? When things are put together and they all happen at the same time. And what's that word I'm looking for? Coordinated. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Coordinated. Yes. All seems rather coordinated. And all of this is happening while the British press is giving William a total pass for a scandal that actually affects vulnerable people. A scandal that was reported, investigated, and just disappeared. Disappeared. Channel 4 dispatches dropped a bombshell report, one that should have made headlines for months, for an entire year, as far as I'm concerned. It revealed, let me refresh the memories of those who remember this, and for those that don't, well, let me just tell you. Prince William, via the Duchy of Cornwall, rents out cold, damp, illegal homes. 1 in 7 of his properties are rated F for fudge, or you can use other words if you want, or G for gullible, I guess. I don't know. On the UK energy scale, illegally unfit to rent. Tenants are burning cold to heat rooms, living in mold covered conditions. One woman found out her home was illegally uninhabitable after she was evicted. Really? I'm pausing here because I want this to sink in. I don't need you to type anything. I don't need you to send me a nasty note about, well, she bullies people. Yeah, it's been proven. She bullies people in America, and she bullied people in 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 the United Kingdom. And it's because of her the Queen is dead. And I don't need your hysteria. I don't need to read your craziness. I don't need any of your pathetic, unintelligent, incompetent mind. Keep it to yourself. Get therapy. Has it sank in yet? And this is the same Prince William running around campaigning on homelessness and mental health. I'm sure you folks know about this. You do remember Jeremy. I don't care to say his last name. Jeremy. The one who not too long ago was on the streets protesting taxes to farmers. Oh, yes. Because he's a million billion. Well, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but quite a millionaire. Protesting about inheritance taxes and what's not. But that's not our point. That's not my point. Stay focused, Antonio. So, Prince William, knowing so clearly and so well that disgusting article that Jeremy wrote in the Sun, the same Sun newspapers that somehow got footage of Catherine when she was sick, not sick, had cancer, doesn't have cancer, pre-cancer, something. She had something, or she has it. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, good luck. I wish you all the best. That same Sun, whose editor went on national television to proclaim that they had bought the footage because they wanted to make sure Catherine was all right. She was all right. That never has one word nice to say about the black biracial duchess that has been out of their face for 5 freaking years, but they still write about her every day. I digress. Yes, so that's that same Prince William. He is parading with Clarkson on it. Well, there, I said his last name. With Jeremy on his farm. And you will not guess what the topic is. You will not guess. I mean, are you. It, okay, all right, you guessed it. All right. Yeah, mental health. Mental health. Oh, gosh, I need to talk to my therapist. The hypocrisy is breathtaking. Breathtaking. But you know what? It doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. Here's what else the Duchy of Cornwall and Lancaster are doing. I'm sure you all know this already. You're all saying, Antonio, we know this. But you know, when you need to study for an exam, you just need a refresher, right? It's the refresher. They are charging the NHS, or charged, £11.4 million to rent a warehouse for electric ambulances, charging the military. Actually, before I say that, 1.5 million pounds. Sorry, I needed to check that before I said it. 1.5 million pounds a year to the Ministry of Justice to rent the land under Dartmoor Prison because the prison is empty. So that, but mamma mia. Charging schools, fire departments, even public ferries for land use. Profiting off wind farms, sewage pipes, toll bridges. Taking rent from charities like Comic Relief and Macmillan Cancer Support. And the scandal is Sentebale with a chairwoman that changes her story every 24 hours. I mean, now for heaven's sake, it involves the Duchess of Sussex now. She found a way to bring the Duchess in, the one that everyone hates, that doesn't have a brain. Yeah, everyone hates her because they don't have a brain. They don't think. They can't do analytical thinking. I mean, the rest of us that possess a brain, a functional one, not a zombie like one, a functional one, we can analytically think. We can read between the lines. We can see progressive violence being perpetrated against the Duchess of Sussex. Article after article, insinuations after insinuations. But you see, the mindless, the brainless, they're easily controlled, manipulated. They're a fountain of stupidity. So they will believe what this woman has to say. Oh, and better yet, she's black. Did you guys notice? Did anyone notice that she is black? So, since Prince Harry has such a good reputation in the black community, he's loved. He's loved. I mean, he married a black biracial woman. Why not get a black woman to bring him down? Because what are black people, colored people, minorities are going to say? I mean, we couldn't be critical at all about a person of color or a black person. No, we cannot. No, we're that tunnel vision minded people. Oh yeah. It is this isn't symbolic. I'm talking here about, you know, the slumlords. This is a private business empire hiding under the crown and immune from taxes. They don't pay corporate tax. They don't pay capital gains. They don't release full property records, and Parliament has no power to audit them. And the kicker? When Charles last disclosed his taxes in 2022, he paid just 25% on income, while most people paid, I think it's 40. or more. Where is the outrage? Where? Under my desk? No, it's not there. I just checked. Where is it? Where are the YouTubers making 10-part expose? Where are they? Where are those mindless, sucking? No, Antonio, don't, Antonio. Come on. That's my inner voice, you know? Where are the royal experts and reporters and and the photographers that yes and the ones that are talking about oh well and she's using the children, you see, she's using the children. I knew we reported it. She said, excuse me, she said to that dear black African woman. Yes, to the black African. She's African. Hello, everybody. Is anyone listening to me? She's African. I love the Africans. I love them. I love them. She is a black African. And let's face it, that Meghan, I thought she was white. I honestly thought she was white. So when I made my critique about her, when I said the awful things I said, but I don't think they're awful at all. I mean, because I thought she was white. You see, she told the African, the black one, the black African woman, she goes, come over here, over here. You know, the same way she speaks to Poor Harry, she speaks to him the same way. I mean, she is such a bully. A bully. I tell you, I've never in my 258 years on this world. Oh, sorry. I mean, my 60 years as a sucking vampire. Never seen such insults, such classlessness of behavior. I mean, the African, the, the African woman, the black one, she had all rights to push her way and to stand at the right hand of of the prince of Harry. She had all rights. It's stipulated within the Carta Magna. Yes, she's African. You see, I love Africans. Am I done? Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. The bit is done. Let's see how many senseless, mindless, zombie-like haters would love that narrative. But you see, I'm not saying anything they have not said. That's it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Where are the royal experts demanding accountability? Where are they? I mean, Becky said that she knew there was something wrong from years ago. She knew. Oh, shut up. Why is it that every single time a real scandal about William or Charles or whatever, any one of them surface, Meghan or Harry story suddenly dominates the press? Oh, Meghan was breathing down um um in her $54 million mansion with 300 bathrooms and 900 rooms, and she got a rug that's made out of panther skin. That really, you see, it's a formula now. You would have to be stupid not to realize this. Leak something vague but negative about the Sussexes. Just anything, any freaking thing. Anything. And it usually comes from like a royal expert who spoke to a dear friend of Harry, who is so worried about him. He sleeps in a motel with cockroaches and rats. So, something vague, send it to tabloids with a wink wink, get influencers, these mindless idiots, and Twitter trolls, known as X, to do the dirty work. Right? How many hundreds of stupid people I've seen, watched, talk about with love Meghan. The one that I love, I'm telling you, this is I just I love it, love it. She goes, oh well, Meghan, whatever. Like, who has time to put like different type of water to make ice? Who does she think she is? Like, I don't have time for that. These other two, and these ones were Aussie, which really that didn't upset me, but I was like, come on, come on. So they're sitting there and they're like, I'm not gonna do an Aussie accent because I really can't. I can't do accents, but oh well, I'm gonna just whatever. She's like, she's like really non-relatable. Like, she wasn't at all. Like, whoever like cooks in like all white and beige and like iron and then like she was totally looking for people to hate her because like no barbecue. Yeah, you don't have to do much. All you've got to do is let these mindless stupid people who just want the likes and the monetization, and they'll say whatever it takes. And the sad thing, 90% of them are women, young women who are shooting themselves in the foot because the patriarchy keeps them stupid. Stupid. I don't know. I don't have another word, because any person, man, woman, child, with some brain cells and intelligence who's capable of doing any kind of basic analysis or look with your own freaking eyes and think, and not be a parrot of one of the oldest institutions. Meanwhile, Prince William is charging the army to train on Dartmoor. Yep. Charges the army to the navy, the navy to refuel its warships. Can you imagine if Britain was at war? Imagine that. And they get there and they're like, well, you owe the prince this much money. And they're like, we can't right now. Like, all of our money is going into this war. Like, we need to refuel. And they're like, nope, nope. Can't refuel until you pay your outstanding bill. Can you imagine if that were to happen? I would wet myself. I'll admit it, because I would laugh so hard I would wet myself. And the public charges the public to cross bridges or even go to the bathroom on his land. We are being played. Come on, right? We're being played. That's what it is. And it's time we start seeing through the performance. I mean, a lot of us see it. A lot of us see it. That's why we do what we do. I think I should start to wrap this up, right? Do you think I've made my point? This is about justice, truth, and the values we say we care about. Harry built something beautiful, something pure in Sentebale, a legacy born of grief, forged in purpose. He served on the ground. He brought attention to forgotten children. He helped reduce the stigma of HIV. He showed up when no one else did. Not Sophie Chandauka from Zimbabwe, who lives in New York, but criticizes Harry for not being often in Africa. Mhm. And now that legacy is being rewritten by people with hidden agendas, by media with vendettas, and by royals with everything to lose if Harry continues to speak the truth. So here's the truth. Prince Harry didn't fail and has never failed Sentebale. Hasn't done it. The people, these people, the institution, his family, the British media, the stupid people without thinking brain, they have failed him. They have failed him. The reporters, news anchors who fail to ask questions. The ones that sit there planning and gleefully know the truth, or at least, but instead they promote this false narrative. This same media machine that applauded William's homelessness campaign while people froze in his illegally rented homes. I mean, I can't even. I mean, this is not fiction, people. I think centuries from now, when we're all dead and gone, I hope people will look at this and go, how stupid were they? How stupid were they? The British media, its associates, and the media across the world that accepts whatever comes out of the British media and reuses it, recycles it, are failing all of us. All of us. So some of you may ask, well, what do we do? What do we do? If you're watching this and it's the first time you've stumbled upon this channel, And you're going, all right, he's a bit intense. Look, question headlines. It starts by paying attention. Pay attention of what is being sold to you. Whose narrative are they highlighting and why? They count on you being distracted. They count on you just sitting there mindlessly, accepting every nonsense they say. Look, justice doesn't always wear a crown, and royals, real royals, with a good heart, cares about its people. You want to really compare who cares about the people between William, Charles, and Prince Harry? Do you really want to do that? That's the royal. The rest are like trailer trash. Now, sometimes the real royal story is the one they hope you'll never tell, that they hope you never hear of. Hmm. And now let me do my sales pitch here. I haven't done it in a long time. If any of this resonates with you, subscribe, like, share this video. Let's start talking about the real damn scandal, not the manufactured one. Thank you. Before we wrap up this episode, just wanted two things. And the first one is Raven, goes by the handle Raven TH5FG, left a comment that reads, "Thank you, Antonio. If you say a prayer for me, having eye surgery on Tuesday." So I'm guessing, today. Absolutely. Um, it'll be my absolute pleasure. So for those who are still hanging around, if you can, please join me and in this prayer for Raven. Heavenly Father, we come to you with our hearts filled with love and hope, lifting up your daughter, Raven, as she prepares for her eye surgery. You are the great physician, the one who formed us and knows every cell and every breath. We trust in your healing power and divine presence. Lord, I pray that you calm Raven's mind and still her heart. Let every anxious thought be replaced with peace, every fear met with the comfort of your unfailing love. In Isaiah 26:3, it says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. Lord, surround the doctors and nurses with your wisdom and steady their hands. Let the surgery be successful and let her recovery be swift and smooth. May she feel your hand upon her, guiding and protecting her every step of the way. In Jeremiah 30:17, for I will restore health to you, and your wounds I will heal, declares the Lord. Father, let this be not just a physical healing, but a reminder that she is never alone. Your light, which never dims, shines even brighter in moments of uncertainty. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I heard an amen. We claim this day as one of victory, of restoration, and of grace. May Raven wake up after her surgery with renewed strength, clear sight, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. In the Almighty, where all things are possible. In Jesus' merciful name we pray. Amen. Raven, we love you. Do keep us updated, okay? So I was going to talk about this message I received from this person. But after that prayer, my soul is saying to me not to. And the not to is not to not mention about it, but not to get into it much today. At this moment, I will talk about it. I'm not going to show you the entire message yet, but just this little portion here of that message, where she says that you can delete my comment, but I'll share this video onto Twitter with the dung votes. I don't know if that's a threat. So I don't like people threatening me. I also don't go on to other people's channels or anything like that and tell them what to do. So I take great offense to this person telling me what to do. I will pray for her because it takes a sick mind, a disturbed mind. So I will pray for her. But I'll deal with it and we'll chat about it in the next episode. Well, I really hope you got something out of today's episode. I was, it was a little bit spicy, I guess. I think, I'm not sure. But thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching, listening, all that stuff. Look, I'm excited about, as ever, I'm waiting for the line, the products, as I think most of us um, to see what I can get or what I can't get, and on any, oh yeah, yeah. So can't wait for that to drop anytime, any day, any moment now. So that's exciting. And yeah, thank you for just being the awesome people you are. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the new people who've joined us. Welcome aboard. And today's little, I, I said a little, we're a little choo choo train, right? We're doing our thing and choo 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 choo. We're just moving along, kind of moving forward, looking forward, and giving our own take on certain things that hopefully you digest a certain way and hopefully you enjoy it. So thank you. And again, welcome to La Familia, right? Our little community that we're trying to build here. Thank you. So later today, because I need to finish my laundry and go to bed, but later today, I will do another episode, and that will be mostly, I think, on comments and feedback and so on. All right. So be kind to yourself, okay? Take care, and until we speak again, love you, folks. Mwah.